Parents, one of the most greatest joys in the world is becoming a parent. Bringing in, bringing about life, collaborating with another human being and bringing in life in this world is one of the most beautiful things on this earth, being a parent, right? But I want to talk about something. The responsibility of a parent once a child is no longer a child. How much responsibility or how much of what that child that's now an adult, how much of that is on the parent? If said child was never taught certain things and said child was never shown love or given hugs or embraced or reassured, how much of that, how much of those issues that come up in adulthood that are based from the lack thereof, the things I just mentioned, how much of that is on the parent? How much of that is a parent's responsibility? Is a parent really responsible for their child's life in adulthood? Is a parent responsible for their child's actions? No, I don't think so at all. I don't think a parent is responsible for their child's action once their children become adults. But if your child is out here making bad decisions, it does reflect poorly on the parent. Um, I find it intriguing that a lot of a lot of a lot of people that I see when they talk about their parents, they talk about the things that their parents have done for them, and if it wasn't for if it wasn't for this or if it wasn't for that, then I would like. I don't have that same experience. I don't have where either one of my parents made the ultimate sacrifice for me, right? I've had to make my own sacrifices for myself. And I'm not taking away from my parents because I'm grateful. And they're great people. I just don't have the relationship with them that I see other people sharing with their parents. Again, I'm not blaming them for any of this, right? But it's like, as a parent, you have to understand the things that you put your child through, even if you don't have bad intentions, sometimes can have bad results. So, for example, if you're that parent, you're that mother that's overbearing and overprotective of your child, don't want them to do anything, don't this and then the third, yada, yada, yada. You're in complete control of the narrative and what they believe. And mama knows best, right? You know, real water boy type mama. You know what I mean? How how is it that this child can go and grow in a way that's effective if all they know is to fear you and fear the things you say? My mama said, my mama said I'm not supposed to do that, right? Then you take that same child and you give him a dad that's absent. And maybe not he's not absent intentionally, but absent because he's went through his own things in life and don't want those things to spill over on his son or his child. Well, that is a recipe for disaster. That is actually how you create psychopaths, honestly. But there's a lot of there's a lot of things that I see parents do, like just even just growing up watching the Cosby Show, watching shit that just the fictitious shit. It's like, okay, that's the thing everybody want to cling to. Everybody want to do this for my kids and this and that. A lot of that shit is created in falsehood, right? The reality is being a parent is hard, and being a parent, you have to be consciously aware that your child is always watching. That one bad day that you had, and you got off work and you was upset and you accidentally yelled at your kid, that's going to affect them the rest of their life. That time they seen you in traffic yelling at the car because you got cut off, they're then going to go do that when they become adults because you've made that okay. So, um, I've been talking to my parents lately, and I don't think they understand the implications of their decisions, the things that they've done or lack thereof, and just overall, like that one bad day you have as a parent can really reshape and restructure your child's whole life. So if you don't give a child what he needs, or she needs, then how are they supposed to succeed? How do you even expect them to succeed if you're not contributing at all to their development in ways that are conducive to living a decent life? Like, how are you teaching your children to thrive if you coming home upset every day, or you looking at your son and resenting him because he looked like his dad, or you getting into it with your daughter because she's starting to act just like you, right? How are you supposed to like really set them up for life? I don't know. But what I do know is that at this day and age, these conversations, I've tried to have them with my parents. And it's really no need to, because they don't understand. And as cliche as that is, it's really no need to argue.